how can I love deeper? How can I love more truthfully? How can I love more unconditionally while also having boundaries and taking care of myself and loving myself deeply? This is something that popped up for me recently, and I just want to share it as something to think about, something to contemplate, something to reflect on, something to ask yourself. And the idea of this video is about the concept of unconditional love. The reason that I got to thinking about this is actually because of this book that I'm reading right now. It's called How to Love by Thich Nhat Hanh. I hope I did not just butcher his name. I think that's how you pronounce it. He is a Zen teacher, and I've read some of his books before and they're beautiful, but this book is all about love. He has a lot of these really small little pocket-sized books that are really amazing, so I highly recommend. But yeah, this one is called How to Love. And I'm just going to read this one little excerpt for you, this one page, and then I will share some reflection and invite you to do the same. So this one says, loving mindfully. We have to make the effort to heal words by using them properly and carefully. True love includes a sense of responsibility and accepting the other person as they are, with all their strengths and weaknesses. If you only like the best things in a person, that is not love. You have to accept their weaknesses and bring your patience, understanding, and energy to help them transform. This kind of love brings protection and safety. So I think what really stuck with me, stood out to me in that passage, is this idea that if we only love the best of that person, that isn't true love. And I don't know about you, but I certainly have been there where I have loved the best of someone, but in those moments when there's a side of them that is challenging for me, or it's triggering for me, or maybe we don't see eye to eye, it really challenges that concept of love. And so I genuinely have to ask myself in that moment, to what level do I love this person? And if I don't love the worst of them, do I truly love them? And I really want to be clear here that just because we love someone does not mean we have to be with that person. Just because we love someone does not mean that we cannot set boundaries or even choose that that person is not meant to be in our lives. Because you could absolutely love and cherish someone, but recognize that there are aspects of that person or aspects of the dynamic of your relationship that do not serve you, that cross your boundaries, that even might not be safe for you. And so I just really want to point that out. Like, you can love someone and make the decision that they are not meant to be in your life, or you're not meant to be in a certain kind of relationship with each other. But I just do think it's really important for us to ask this question of, do I truly love this person? Do I have unconditional love for this person? And if not, is that a change that I want to make? Do I want to choose to love this person unconditionally? And if not, okay, that doesn't make you a bad person either. If you're not willing to accept those things, if you're not willing to love what is hard or the things that you don't like. The other reason that I bring this up is because it reminds me of a journey that I had with ayahuasca. And I had been having some really, really rough, challenging ayahuasca journeys. I had had several in a row that were really challenging. And so I went into this next ayahuasca ceremony and I was like, I just need this to be beautiful and easy and light. Like, I just cannot do another dark one right now. I was like, what can I set an intention about that is guaranteed to be good? which at this point I really should have known that that's not how it works, but apparently not. So I set the intention that I wanted to experience unconditional love. That was my intention for the night. Just bask in and experience fully unconditional love. And my expectation, which we all know, you do not have expectations going into ayahuasca, but my expectation was, okay, we're good. With this intention, I'll be good. And so for the next 5-6 hours, I was just fully immersed in experiencing the worst sides of humanity, the darkest, most painful things that humans have ever done. I'm not going to put that in detail because it is not something that we need to talk about on this video. But the worst things that have ever been done by humanity, I lived them. I experienced them. I was just in the depths of them for hours. As I say that, the boat is rocking. And what ayahuasca said to me is, if you want to experience unconditional love, you have to love this too. Because that is what it means to be unconditional. That is unconditional love. Anything else is conditional. And it rocked me. It rocked me as the boat rocks. It really did. It shook me because I realized in that moment that up until that point, I never understood what unconditional love really was. I painted it, with flowers and rainbows and butterflies. And it was just this idea of love and light and unconditional love, but all from a positive perspective, which it might seem really simple, but apparently it was not for me. And yeah, it was the first time that I really had this awareness and this recognition of what it really means to love unconditionally. And from a higher perspective, whether you believe in God or source or, creator of some sort, like whatever that is for you, that energy, that essence loves unconditionally. And so no matter what is happening, there is love for that. And that's something that is very, very challenging for us as humans to truly tap into. And so I just think it's something to think about. I am not sitting here saying that I have the answer because I'm still figuring it out. And I certainly do not love unconditionally in all moments. If I sat here and said that I unconditionally love everything all the time, I would be lying. Am I working on it? Yeah. Is that the goal? Yes, absolutely. But am I in a space right now where I could say that I unconditionally love maybe, people who are doing some of the worst acts of humanity in this moment? Even if I said yes, I don't know if it would be true. I could say it conceptually because I understand that that is what we're all striving towards. But would it be true? That's the question. So in all of this, my invitation to you, it's always an invitation, is just to look at the relationships that you have in your life, the people that you love, and maybe just notice where you can love a little bit deeper, where you can love a little bit more unconditionally, where you can love the bits and pieces that aren't as easy to love. Or if there are people in your life that you love, but that doesn't mean that they're meant to be in your life right now or ever. That's okay too. This path of growth, it can be really challenging sometimes because as we grow and evolve, oftentimes we actually have to let people go who we recognize are no longer in alignment with who we are meant to be. And there are people in our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And so it's important to look at who is in your life right now And if you want them to remain in your life, how can you love them deeper? How can you love them more unconditionally? And if they're not meant to be in your life right now, how can you let them go with love and with compassion and with understanding? Because oftentimes that's probably actually best for both people involved, for both parties involved. So I will leave that with you. I'm not going to try to end it with anything groundbreaking, but I just found this topic really fascinating and something that I can always dive into more myself. How can I love deeper? How can I love more truthfully? How can I love more unconditionally while also having boundaries and taking care of myself and loving myself deeply and making the choices that I need to make for my own self-love? So I leave you with that. I thank you so much for watching this video, and I am sending you so much love and appreciation. So until next time, I will see you in the next video.